Earlier, we were talking about sourced by, and love for you to walk through how you helped sourced by and Gab Waller use AI to automate luxury fashion sourcing. Tell us a little bit where that project started. What problem did they come to you with, and then where'd you go?
Yes, absolutely. So Gab came to us with this problem that she had built this incredible business around luxury fashion sourcing. And so she has sourcers, she has an entire team that's doing this process to be able to find people items of clothing that they would like to buy. And so we showed her from the onset just the power of this technology via Chat GPT initially, that you can upload the images that her clients were sending her, and you can get more information about that image just straight through Chat GPT. And so you could get the brand name of the items that were sent. You could understand like the color on the market, the price, if it's available anywhere online, like all those things you could get right away. And so we showed her the proof of concept with Chat GPT, and then we were able to integrate an entire custom workflow build for her. I think from start to finish, from zero to fully built, fledged MVP, we did 5 weeks. So very
Wow.
quick build. We focused on the image technology. And so we were using the 4.0 Vision API via OpenAI to identify all those qualities that typically her team was identifying via intuition, via experience. And then we built it in a way that the team could then make corrections if the AI did get it wrong. And someone said something recently, I think I read it on Twitter, that was like AI hallucinates 100% of the time. It's just 80% of the time that it gets it correct. And I really like that framing around hallucination because it is probabilistic and the outputs they're not always 100% correct, but then gathering that data for her team to then make those corrections when it did get it wrong. What happened was during the course of the project, vision fine tuning from OpenAI actually came out while we were working on it. And so that data becomes immensely valuable to her as a company because she can fine tune that vision API and all of a sudden have something like very proprietary to her business that powers like the revenue growth and the expansion of the service to more people. And so the technology there was incredibly cool. We started to put the workflow using OpenAI a couple other places as well, I think, for various forms of unstructured to structured data, a little bit of tool calling in that project. And one of the cooler things that we did on that project as well is we actually got brand assets in once the application development was complete. So we worked on the product flow, the UX, how everything would look, but we didn't have the color, the styling, and everything. And so we were able to use our coding agent to go in and do all of the brand styling update, get it all looking perfect. And that took an hour or two, whereas prior, like that might have taken up to a week before we had the technology available. So we're really able to cut down on the timelines, and the end result is an application that can help scale her team, that can serve more people, and then like the proprietary loop of like the technology build through the data that she's collecting.
And so the before state is people are manually they're using their own kind of intuition as to what this photo could be. They are doing a bunch of Googling and image searching, reverse image searching on their laptops. That was the before state. Sounds kind of time consuming and maybe lossy. The future state or the current state, I guess now, is that this is all automated. Can you give us a sense of kind of the difference between the before and after state? Is there a certain amount of time saved? Does she think about it in terms of hours or days or dollars?
I think our typical frame of mind, and I think this is a bit of how Gab was thinking about it as well, is just like the growth and the volume that you can now handle, that you have software that you can scale with. And so, very much thinking about it from how many more people can we service as a result of this versus like we cut X amount of hours. I think what ends up happening with a lot of this technology is it just allows you to offer your product and services to more people, which is really awesome for any growing business. And so that's very much the frame of mind that we think about it with. With that innovation comes, revenue growth and obviously time savings and cost efficiencies, but very much focused on it from how much more people can we help perspective.
And that process you mentioned took 5 weeks to go from scoping to an MVP. How long would it have taken 2 years ago?
2 years ago, at least like 2 to 3 months, I would say. And so we're certainly cutting it in half in terms of the development time. And a lot of the bottlenecks are your regular kind of human back and forth pairing together versus the actual implementation. And so that's another cool thing about it is, we had to put the brand assets in at the very end. Like some of those things, if you have everything up front, you can go even faster.